Can we hear it for the Oni Arts Group who are doing the drums for us? Can we hear it one more time for the Oni Arts Group that are doing the drums for us? Let's hear it for the Oni Arts Group. Give them a huge round of applause. We are so happy and excited to have you all here. Have people found their spots and their food, and you're passing it around in a way where you are seated next to a person who's handing it to you and you hand it to the next person? That's great. That's how it's intended to be shared. Welcome to Community Changemakers 2025, celebrating the YMCA of Greater Seattle. Okay, wait, one more time, even bigger. Welcome to Community Changemakers 2025, celebrating the YMCA of Greater Seattle. That is the right way. My name is Ian Lindsay, and I am very, very honored to get to help this incredible community. And thank you to the Y for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful, momentous luncheon. We are so lucky to be here. We are here in this community, in this place, in this beautiful, beautiful place. And we want to take a moment to acknowledge that if you walked out those doors and you looked in that westerly direction, you would see Elliott Bay and the Puget Sound and the Salish Sea. And we acknowledge this land and these waters that we stand on and are near today, and the people who came before us. The YMCA of Greater Seattle recognizes the cultures, contributions, and resilience of Native peoples. We honor the ancestral keepers of this land, and we thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. So today, you'll hear stories of action and impact, and we are all gathered here as change makers, and we invite you to think of the ways in which you are change makers as well. Which is why, at your table, you probably found a card like this. It says, "This is my why." And I want to invite you right now to find this, to think about your own why, your own reason for being here today. These are the cards that you can use to tell people that this is your why, that these are your whys, that this is what you care about and why you're showing up. So, okay, does everybody have these? These are symbols of gratitude and commitment and community, so we want you to get ready to wave them very high, and you can applaud at the same time, which is very challenging. If you hold it and try to applaud, it's hard. So some people hold it and some people applaud because we have people that we want to thank. Okay, are you ready? We're going to, okay, wait. First of all, can we hear a cheer for all the people who are holding up their Ys right now? We want to see every Y in the air. Yes, just like that. Perfect. Now, you can either hold those up or cheer or both for the amazing co-chairs of our event. Would you give a huge cheer for Sarah Gavin and Brian Screener and Sherry Williams? Can we hear it for them? Yes. And we want to thank our incredible community leaders who support our Y year-round. If you are a member of the board of the Y, can you raise your hand and can you give these people a huge round of applause? To all of our board members, to our life board members, Our advisory board members, would you give all the, okay, if you're on those boards, wave your Ys in the air right now. To our life board and advisory board, let's hear it for these amazing people. We're so grateful. And we are very, very grateful to have previous Changemaker awardees joining us today. If you are a previous awardee, a previous Changemaker awardee, will you hold your card up high as a Changemaker? Let's hear it for these incredible people who are joining us. Thank you, Changemakers. We're so, so grateful. Woo. We have a lot of amazing people in one room. Today's celebration can only happen and has only happened because of partners who stand in the gap with us all the time. These sponsors make it possible for the Y to exist, and we just want to give them huge, huge gratitude. So if you can cheer for our amazing sponsors, the Ballmer Group and Microsoft and the Schultz Family Foundation, can we hear it for our visionary sponsors? And to our valued partners that we could not work without, Casey Family Programs and Amazon and Delta Airlines. Could you give them a big round of applause? Thank you. And to our champion table partners, we want hear it for all these incredible groups. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Brookshire Green and Treehouse, the Commerce Bank of Washington. You can cheer for all these incredible groups. Goldman Sachs & Co., Perkins Coie Foundation, and Pete and Glenna Carroll. Can we hear it for all of those incredible, incredible people? Thank you. Thank you all to our community leaders who are here joining us and our table hosts. If you are a table host or an elected official or a community leader, would you hold up "This is my why" right now? And can we shower these people with amazing, amazing gratitude? Thank you to all of you. And to all of you for your generosity, for helping us to properly celebrate our Changemakers, for helping us to strengthen the Y's ability to meet urgent needs across our region. And I don't have to remind you that the needs are especially urgent in this challenging moment. And there's one final group that we just have to thank. To all of our members and staff and volunteers and donors and friends, can we hear it for everyone who shows up every day to make the Y the incredible place that it is? We want to hear it for all of those amazing people. Yes. Okay, so we are so joyful to look around and be filled with energy and inspiration and action all around us. You will have the opportunity to show your love and support with these cards throughout this program, so don't let them go far away. And to start highlighting positive change, we have someone that it is my great privilege to welcome to the stage. She is co-chair of the Changemakers Planning Committee, which means she, more than most, helped get us all here today. She is also the vice chair and secretary of the board of the YMCA of Greater Seattle. Would you please give a huge welcome to Sarah Gavin? Here's Sarah.
Thank you, Ian. And thank you to my co-chairs, Sherry and Brian. And most importantly, thank you to all of you for being here today. It's a joy to gather as a community, to share a meal, and to celebrate the power of Changemakers. I joined the board in 2020 and was motivated by the Y's mission to build community where all people, especially the young, develop to their fullest potential in mind, body, and spirit. It's a place where staff and volunteers can be everyday change makers that make a difference to family and youth across Seattle and the broader King County. Unfortunately, there is a strong need for change. Too many young people and families in our region face barriers to opportunity. Some grow up without safe places to thrive after school or to connect with nature. Others age out of foster care without stable housing or trusted adult guidance. Many live in communities where support systems are disconnected from those they aim to serve. And in this moment, with federal, state, and local funding cuts, the challenges are greater now than ever. The good news is that the Y remains committed to standing in those gaps. I'm thrilled to be here and to be part of this community that shows up to make a difference. As you continue to enjoy your lunch, listen to the stories you'll hear this afternoon. Each one is a reminder that when you see a need and you choose to act, doors are open to opportunity and lasting change. Now, to say more about the Y's commitment to act, please join me in welcoming one of my favorite leaders and someone who is incredibly passionate every single day about being a change maker herself, the president and CEO of the YMCA of Greater Seattle, Loria Gayden.
Thank you, Sarah. And thanks to each of you for being here today, for showing up in celebration of volunteerism, and for standing in the gap with us for community, for all. The YMCA of Greater Seattle was founded in 1876. Yes, even before the city of Seattle was incorporated, and before the state of Washington was even established, which means, if you do the math, that in 2026, the Y will celebrate its 150th anniversary. Each generation of Y Changemakers has met the challenges of their time. They opened branches in segregated neighborhoods so that all people could access community programs. They welcomed women and girls to places historically only accessible to men, including camps and pools. And we've continually removed barriers to housing, childcare, mental health support, food access, and more. While the Y started as a small group of people with similar ideals supporting each other, we are now a diverse network of families and neighbors supporting our Y community, which consists of 14 local Ys, 7 early learning centers, 61 before and after school care sites, 3 overnight camp properties, 40 day camp sites, 15 social impact services sites, and I could go on. Yes, that's worth an applause. With the Y's extensive footprint, we serve over 200,000 residents annually, with a wide range of whole person health programs and services, standing in the gap and meeting people where they are. But in this moment, we find ourselves at another critical juncture. We are facing increasing need in every community we serve. Even as costs are escalating, funding is being cut, threatened, or discontinued from government and other sources at all levels. Families are struggling to afford necessities such as food, rent, childcare, and healthcare access. But the Y remains committed to being a welcoming place of connection and belonging for all, no matter what. Thank you. That's right. And we're continuing to do that as we have done for 149 years. This is who we are at the Y and what we do. We are for all. This means being the best of who we are for everyone who walks through our doors, whether it's for swim lessons in our pools, life-changing experiences at our camps, or mentoring at our housing facilities. And that is just the beginning. These programs serve as gateways to health and well-being, to teamwork, to positive identity, and to belonging. Speaking of gateways to health and well-being, I have some good news to share. I'm thrilled to share that NFL Flag is coming to the YMCA of Greater Seattle. With grant funding from the NFL Foundation and RCX Sports and engagement by the Seattle Seahawks, we're excited to bring NFL Flag to our youth, boys and girls. NFL Flag is another gateway to connection, belonging, and whole person health. We will share more with you in the months ahead, so stay tuned. Whether through our long-standing basketball, volleyball, or martial arts offerings, or the soon-to-come flag football programming, we pride ourselves in building a foundation for lifelong connection and well-being for all for a better us. We also meet families where they are by providing critically needed social services. You ever heard of our Social Impact Center? Yeah. So we provide affordable childcare with available financial assistance. We provide meals in food deserts lacking healthy food options. And last year, we served over 500,000 meals. We provide vital supports for refugee families in a culturally versatile and respectful manner, and so much more. I could go on and on. You get the gist. The Y stands in the gap for all. We are here, just as we have been for the last 149 years. But we know we have never done our critical work alone. With your support, the Y stands in the gap by collaborating with exceptional private and public partners and working alongside other nonprofit organizations. This is what we do. This is the Y. These 149 years of change-making, from our incredible volunteers to our dedicated leaders, they have shown us how every action and partnership creates small but powerful ripples of change that strengthen health, wellness, and belonging across our region. Today's event is so very special because we get to recognize incredible volunteers and leaders in our community who have created ripples of impact. Our Hero Everyday recipients embody the spirit of volunteerism and the very heart of our Y. They stand in the gap with vision and dedication, showing up, taking action, and inspiring others through their service. Heroes, please stand and be recognized. Yes, let's get them on their feet. And you can wave your cards too. Let's recognize them. Wave those cards. Thank you. So as we let our honorees get back to their meal and take their seats, let their presence in this room remind all of us that change making often happens in simple yet powerful ways. For instance, some feed their neighbors, organizing a community barbecue or delivering meal packs. Others create belonging and joy where it's needed most, welcoming new members and fostering LGBTQ+ spaces. Many lead by lending their voices and vision, mentoring youth, or cultivating a culture of philanthropy. And they all embodied the Y's core values of caring, honesty, respect, responsibility, and passion for excellence in all that they do. This is just a glimpse of the immense impact behind the hero, everyday recipients we celebrate this year. Heroes, we thank you for showing us the true meaning of change making every day. Thank you. Now it's time to celebrate and learn from 3 other extraordinary community change makers. The YMCA of Greater Seattle has been honoring leaders for their positive impact since 1983. To help us introduce our first community change maker, we're honored to welcome back Eric Pettigrew, last year's recipient of the Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award. Please join me in welcoming Eric to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure most of you know me as being the greatest basketball player to ever play YMCA basketball. But that's not why I'm here today. I was honored to be a recipient of the Changemaker Award last year. I'm pleased to be back on the stage, but this time to shine the light on someone else. This award carries the name of Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson, 2 leaders who dedicated their lives to advancing justice, equity, and opportunity. They believed real change happens when people are willing to bridge the gap for one another. That spirit is what this award represents. We're especially honored to have Lizelle Johnson and her family with us today. Thank you for being here, Lizelle. Your presence is a powerful reminder of legacy you and Judge Johnson created. You know, each year the YMCA of Greater Seattle honors those whose courage, leadership, and commitment to equity of all leave an indelible mark on our community. This year's recipient of the award is Adrian Hanauer. He is someone who continues that legacy in powerful ways. Before we bring Adrian to the stage, let's take a moment to learn more about his story.
Where Ray Foundation started, and it started in a room around a table with Adrian and other leaders who've been in the game for a long time.
From like 2001 through 2013, there were many, many initiatives to build soccer fields that could be used by organized soccer for training. And Adrian, bless his heart, said, I want to do this, but I don't want to put my family's resources behind more organized soccer. There's enough of that.
How do we build small places that aren't rentable? How do we do this thing that the other parts of the world seem to do so seamlessly, which is create free play soccer?
You know, there's some magic to being able to play in your backyard, but it's even more magical to come to a place in your neighborhood that's just for you. It's the place where you congregate. It's where your memories are built from.
I just love to play. It makes me feel happy.
I feel so good about myself. I feel like I'm the best in the world.
Community support, building something free, making it work.
That was really the genesis of the Ray Foundation, and it was Adrian's leadership and vision and commitment that was the right investment to make.
Adrian said, my family will build the first one. And that happened to be up at Yesler Terrace. And it is an awesome facility that is used daily by the people and the kids who live up there.
I can't even begin to say how important it is that Adrian's early leadership and stewardship of that really simple idea, that it's just kids deserve a place to play, and that's where we are today, opening number 29 of those incredible places where kids can play for free.
Adrian has opened doors for countless individuals and families. It is my honor to present him with the Judge Charles V. and Lizelle Johnson Excellence in Social Justice Award. Please join me in celebrating Adrian Hanauer as he comes forward to accept this award.
Well, hello, thank you. I'm humbled, honored. Amazing video, a little too much about Adrian, in my opinion, but certainly I accept this award on behalf of all the people that have played such a huge role in what the Ray Foundation has done. I have just recovered my voice. And it wasn't so much an illness as screaming at the television on Saturday and Sunday, embarrassingly, as the Rain lost in Kansas City and the Sounders lost in the 96th minute in Austin. I saw Cam Reagan, board member, whose son is on the Sounders here earlier. He may be able to feel me. It was painful, and it was embarrassing. And once I was done apologizing to my 9-year-old son and telling him not to emulate my behavior, Monday morning I had a quiet chance to reflect on what I wanted to say. You know, the Ray Foundation was hatched in 2016 on a simple premise that there were too many kids who didn't have a ball and a place to play, somewhere near where they lived and somewhere free. That was it, just simple. And we got to work. We organized a gang and we got to work. As the video shows, we built that first field at Yesler Terrace, and we were off and running. And we plodded along and built 6, 7 fields, and then in 2022, the World Cup was awarded to Seattle and the United States and Mexico and Canada. And we decided to increase our ambition. So we decided we could build 26 of these little fields by 2026. And Luria, with with the support of YMCA, the partnership, last week we in North Shore, Bothell, we opened our 37th field. We will end up at 50 plus by 2026, and we will figure out our next ambitious goal. But that's only part of the story. We endeavor to go into communities and partner, to not just show up, build a field and leave. We look at the fields as the substrate by which we can do amazing things in partnership with community. We don't tell communities how we're going to show up. We work with communities. We show up in community centers and gyms and assemblies and on fields. We do clinics. We give out balls. We do education in physical health and mental health. And again, try to leave a true indelible mark on kids in community. Really the only nugget I want to leave today, and you've heard it already, and I suspect you'll hear it again. And I don't see myself as one who imparts a ton of wisdom out there, but this is a truism in my opinion that when you look at the world, it does seem super overwhelming. There's a lot of need out there, a lot of gaps. But you have to start somewhere. And so the Sounders and Rain through the Rave Foundation have found our lane. We believe wholeheartedly in the work we're doing. We see it in the individual kids that we touch, in the families that we touch, in the communities that we touch. And we're just getting started. We are going to keep going, keep doing the work that we have been doing, hopefully until every kid has a ball, a place to play, a great community opportunity, and we can leave this world a slightly better place. So thank you again, super honored and privileged to be here, and thanks so much.
Thank you, Adrian. Your vision and leadership remind us that lasting change comes when we commit ourselves fully to the work of equity, justice, and opportunity for all. As we celebrate community change makers, we also pause to honor those whose lifetime of leadership and unwavering dedication have shaped the foundation of our community. To help us present a very special Lifetime Achievement Award, we're honored to have Phyllis Campbell, whose own leadership has strengthened communities and guided our region for decades. Please join me in welcoming Phyllis Campbell to the stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gloria, for your leadership. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is truly my honor to present the very first Lifetime Achievement Award from the YMCA of Greater Seattle to my friend, Julia Calhoun. So having served as the CEO of the Seattle Foundation, I witnessed firsthand the depth of personal commitment that Julia has had to our community, particularly in her advocacy for foster youth. I intimately appreciate and recognize how richly meaningful Julia's legacy truly is. You know, for those of us that know her, we know she does not seek recognition. But I have to say her commitment to equity and inclusive opportunity has created pathways for countless foster and underserved young people and families to flourish. She is a change maker in every sense. But before we invite her to the stage, let's take a moment to reflect on Julia's journey on this video.
Each year, thousands of young people age out of foster care into a system never designed for their success, navigating broken services and facing gaps in systems that lack stability, accessible housing, and reliable support. Those gaps and inequities are deepened by systemic racism, bias, and exclusion of LGBTQ+ youth of color, and those with complex needs. What's missing isn't just a roof over their heads, it's consistency in care and the affirmation that every young person deserves to shape their own future. Julia Calhoun saw the gap and chose to take action alongside youth advocates and community partners, working towards a shared vision. Together, they have created spaces that honor dignity, meet urgent needs, and open doors to opportunity.
Julia's vision for youth in foster care was long and deep. She brought her personal experience to her philanthropy.
She was instrumental in transforming Magnuson Park into housing for folks who were homeless, and now there are 500 people that call Magnuson Park and that community home. And of those 500, 200 are children.
When you invest in children's health, you invest in their medical care, their dental care, their mental health care, and their long, healthy lives.
In 2000, she partnered with the Y to purchase residencies that still shelter young adults today, places of refuge and belonging in Auburn, Bellevue, Seattle, and Shoreline.
She partnered with the YMCA to purchase 4 homes that youth live in with adult support, where they can practice getting along with roommates, taking responsibility for chores, managing their lives outside of a home with school or work. At Treehouse, she invested substantially to help us build capacity to meet all the needs for children in foster care to have experiences that middle-class kids have routinely, things that are definitely out of reach for children in the foster care system.
She helped establish the 2100 building as a permanent home for youth-serving nonprofits.
It allowed a lot of collaboration among those partner agencies and also hosted other organizations that provided enrichments that our young people in foster care could participate in.
And in 2023, she entrusted it to Treehouse, ensuring the work continues, shaped by and for youth in foster care. Quietly, steadily, Julia helped build pathways where there were none, ensuring youth had the tools, support, and community to thrive. Julia helped open doors for youth in crisis, but what happened inside those doors is what truly matters: stability, safety, belonging. A teen who once felt in crisis now has room to exhale. A young adult who once felt alone now holds the keys to their next chapter. And the impact continues, because Julia didn't just offer shelter. She helped create spaces where youth could find their place and create their own path forward.
Well, it is truly, truly my privilege to present the inaugural Lifetime Achievement Award to a true friend, a change maker, and a leader. Julia, your lifetime of contributions have touched generations and strengthened our community in ways that will be felt for years to come. So please join me in celebrating and showing our deep appreciation as she comes to the stage for Julia Calhoun. Julia.
Thank you, and good afternoon. This award is a real honor. I'll admit I'm much more comfortable working behind the scenes, very quietly, rather than standing on the stage. But I appreciate all of you coming here, and I'm grateful for the acknowledgement. I grew up in Wenatchee, one of 7 children, and I know what it means to go without. Those early experiences shaped me. They are why I spent my life creating spaces where young people can belong and believe in their future. My connection to the Y goes way back, decades. When I was 19, I was a camp counselor and became a bus driver. This is before they were automatics. After I ran the Shoreline Latchkey program, since then, my life has followed the same mission, opening my home to foster youth. As an adoptive parent, I volunteered in courtrooms with children and families, and supporting housing and foster care programs with the Y, including building spaces like the 2100 building, where nonprofits, advocates, and many with lived experiences work together and serve foster and underserved youth. None of this has felt extraordinary. It just feels necessary. It feels like showing up. This award isn't mine alone. It belongs to the children who trusted me, to the families who showed resilience, to the colleagues, community leaders, and friends who walked alongside me. And what I've learned is that change doesn't only come from big projects or grand gestures. It comes from small, steady choices each of us makes: to listen, to open a door, to show up when someone needs us. Sometimes it's a matter of shining a light on a problem so others notice and help us work towards solutions. My hope is that each of us leave here today ready to stand in the gap in our own way, because real change happens when we stand in the gap together and enable others to stand for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Your dedication, leadership, and unwavering commitment to our community are truly inspiring. And we know that your impact will be felt for generations to come. As we continue celebrating community change makers, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage YMCA Life Board member Todd Lewicki, who needs no introduction. Todd will assist us in presenting our highest honor, the AK Guy Award. Todd, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great privilege to present this award, named after a leader that left a great impact on this community. But I get to present this award to a friend of mine, someone I admire, and a guy that is truly a role model in our community. It's somewhat improbable that he's actually here. In 2011, he did not hear his name called in the draft. 7 rounds, 257 players later, his name was not called. And he signed here with the Seahawks as an undrafted free agent. He went on to be in 2 Pro Bowls. He set records for the team, 3rd in all-time receiving and yardage, and was fundamental to bringing us to the Super Bowl and winning the game. And that's where so much of his renown came from. But what I really know this guy as is an incredible community leader and a role model. And I wrote down this morning some things that I think really define Doug. And a role model is someone who inspires us to be our best selves. Role models are more important today than they've ever been. And it starts with integrity. And I believe that Doug is a guy who does the right thing always, even when people aren't watching. He has confidence, but he's never arrogant. He's resilient. He's learned from his mistakes, but he perseveres through challenges. He's a man of great respect. He treats everyone with respect and empathy. Compassion, he shows genuine care and understanding for others. He's a continuous learner. He's completely reinvented himself. Since he ended playing in 2019, he's gone on to do even greater things than he did as a football player. He's not satisfied with complacency, and he's always seeking to improve. And I know Doug is a great optimist. His approach to life is positive, resilient, and he makes the best out of all situations. Doug Baldwin is a true hero. Doug Baldwin is a true role model. Let's watch a video.
Across Washington, families are left navigating systems, healthcare, education, public safety, never built with their communities in mind. Too often, those systems remain out of reach and out of sync with the realities of daily life. What's missing is a foundation of equity and accountability, designed to serve the people at the heart of those communities. Doug Baldwin saw these gaps and chose to build something different, where dignity is the starting point and community trust is the measure of success.
Doug went to multiple communities with an idea of a community center and expanded his idea to actually having a full-blown health clinic inside the community center with medical, dental, and behavioral health services.
He knows that a place like this needed to be created. It's not so much about the building, it's about the people inside the community center.
He always talks about growing up in a community center himself and how much that shaped the person that he is today.
Making sure that we're honoring people no matter who walks through those doors, we treat people the same.
So just to be able to have a safe space where kids can come in for free and be welcomed and be seen, if we can just do that for one kid here, I think that our mission and our purpose would be accomplished.
Doug Baldwin doesn't just believe in community, he builds systems accountable to it. No referrals, no red tape, just open doors and the dignity of being seen. Alongside community leaders, Doug has pushed for a justice system grounded in accountability and care. He helped pass legislation to reform policing, served on the Clemency and Pardons Board, and invested in businesses that center equity.
He's a person that leads with a lot of integrity.
When he was with the Seahawks, he did the grunt work.
The reason why he was a captain is because he could do everything and he had done everything. That's what he does in the community. You can't be a great leader unless you're actually doing some of the work, the grunt work, and Doug does it all.
His work reimagines what's possible, creating trust and opportunity where systems once turned people away. Because Doug doesn't wait for change to catch up. He helped build coalitions that made it real.
He continuously inspires me, and we're fortunate that we have a leader like Doug around to help and guide us in that manner too.
Doug saw where systems fell short and built something better. But it's the lives transformed that carry it forward. Access, dignity, possibility. A parent who once felt unseen now finds care and confidence. A teen who once faced the system alone now guides others through it. And the impact continues. Because Doug didn't just reimagine the system, he laid a foundation for lasting change, powered by community trust and connection.
The world needs more Doug Baldwins. Doug, come on up here.
Yo, that was a video. Thank you. Appreciate you. How much time I got? 3 minutes. I'm gonna take some liberties here. It's gonna cost me 1 minute, $1,000? Okay. Listen, I'm very grateful and honored to be here. This is an honor and a recognition that I don't take lightly. And if you know me, you know I typically don't write speeches. But I wanted to get this one right because Albert K. Guide deserves that. Just start off by saying I'm deeply humbled and honored for this recognition. To stand here with Adrian and with Julia. In 2011, when I was undrafted, never imagined this, never thought about this, never considered this, never thought about creating a community center, if I'm being honest with you. But when I arrived here in Renton in 2011, I recognized that there was just a community like the one I came from. There was a whole bunch of kids that looked like me, that just wanted to be seen, loved, and cared for. I grew up in the back end of the Salvation Army, which was my second home, my community center, and the impact that that facility had on me. And I say the facility, but really it's the people. Because the four walls can be the state-of-the-art facility, which we have in Renton, but it's the people that make that place special. And so Coach Lumen, Coach Bernard, Coach Palmer, Coach Reggie Brown, these people who poured into me and who invested in me, they're the reason why I'm standing here before you. And a guy like AK Guy lived that legacy. He believed in the power of community. And through his work, his faith, and his service, he showed us what real impact could look like. He set an example for all of us. He showed us that it wasn't through wealth or status or influence, but through a consistent commitment to care for others. His legacy is not what he built. It's in how he lived. So, as I accept this award, I don't do so as an end note. It's a reminder of what's possible. When we lean into a word that if you've heard me speak, you know I'm going to say it at some point. When we lean into love. How many minutes I got? I'm going to take some liberties here. think you know our world is in chaos right now. And I don't know if it's just more chaos because we have more access to information, or if the world is just more chaotic. It's probably both. But I think you and I both would agree that the world needs more love. But I don't want it to be just a hollow statement. Because if you know me, in my previous career, known as Angry Doug Baldwin, I was more passionate than angry. I was passionate about winning and about getting it right, not being right. And so I want to say something to you that's near and dear to my heart, and I hope you hear me, and I hope you know where it's coming from, because yes, I am standing up here receiving an award, but I have a call to action for you all, because there's no other reason why I would be up here. My name is Doug Baldwin Jr., and I'm a Christian. When I say that to you, I don't mean to offend anybody. When I say I'm a Christian, that means I believe in Jesus Christ, which means I believe in Jesus Christ's teachings. And Jesus Christ said that all the laws of the land, all the demands of the prophet can be summed up into 2 laws. Love God with all your heart, love your neighbor as yourself. The problem with Christianity that I believe in every time era is that we don't know what the definition of love is. But there's a very clear and specific definition in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7, where it says, love is patient, kind, does not boast, does not brag, does not keep a record of wrongs, and does not demand its own way. Because if it demands its own way, that's not love, it's coercion, and love has to be a choice. So today I present that choice to you. And whatever you do, whatever influential power you have, great or small, you have a role to play. You have a role to play. Just like all of my teammates on our championship winning team, all of us took our role seriously because we knew that nobody could be successful unless the person next to them was doing their job and took their role seriously. So I'm asking you to be on my team. I'm asking you to be on my team. We're all privileged in this room. Just to sit here and have this conversation, we are privileged to be in this room. There's many people who YMCA and other organizations that are in here are supporting who don't have the privilege to be in this room. And Adrian and Julia, you know this as well as I do. It takes a team. It takes a team. And I have an incredible team. And I'm grateful for that team. And I want to expand that team. And so I'm asking you to join me. And I'm asking you to join me by choosing love. Because when we are patient, when we are kind, when we're not arrogant, we don't boast and we don't brag and we don't keep a record of wrongs. Yeah, say it again for the people in the back. When we do that, we give ourselves, our community, our families, our society, and we don't even know how much greater it could go beyond that. But when we do that, we give ourselves a chance. A chance. And as a young kid who grew up in the back end of the Salvation Army, and for these kids that we serve who come through our doors, the 15,000 people who come through our doors, we're trying to give them a chance. Because in life, that's what I firmly believe, is all you need is a chance. All you need is a chance. So I'm asking you, give our community, give your families, and give yourselves a chance. Choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Choose love. And even in the face of hate and evil, and in people who don't see it the way that you see it or that we see it, guess what? They're also human beings on this rock that's spinning around sun trying to survive and thrive. You hear what I'm saying? So choose love. Choose love. Choose love. That is my charge to you. That is what AK Guy lived for. That is what Adrian and Julia lived for. And that is what I'm asking you all to do, to live for love. Choose love. Choose love. And let's see where we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. You know, where I'm from, we'd say, you know, after that they sang a hymn and everybody went out. But we appreciate that, Doug. We're going to move straight to the next part of our program. And now I'd like to welcome back Ian to the stage, along with our Vice President of Youth Development, Sarah Bianco Fiore. Welcome.
Thank you, Loria. Wow, what a lineup of change makers. Yes, it's truly an honor to hear the powerful stories of our friends and neighbors today. I love the Y, and I love the work I get to do every day. And it's moments like this, thank you, Doug, that fire me up to want to do more. At the YMCA of Greater Seattle, the spirit of change making comes alive every day. We see it in the lives of young people finding their voice, families finding support, and communities finding systems that work. The Y stands in the gap, building belonging, advancing equity, and creating health for all. Here's a close look at the need, how we at the Y stand in the gap, and the resulting ripples.
Too many young people and families are surrounded by barriers that block potential. They are met with wait lists instead of welcome, uncertainty instead of stability, neglected community spaces instead of safe places to thrive. Gaps are created when long-standing inequities and years of disinvestment lead to inaccessible systems that are not designed for those they are meant to serve. The cost is generational, limiting opportunities for entire communities. Because when systems fail to meet people where they are, potential is pushed out of reach, leaving a gap that swallows possibility. The Y stands in these gaps. Alongside community change makers like Adrienne Hanauer, Julia Calhoun, and Doug Baldwin, we remove barriers, create opportunities, and strengthen support systems. Across neighborhoods, we foster confidence at youth sports programs, school-based clinics, and free sports seminars. Across counties, we build stability with transitional housing, warm meals, and job training for young people leaving foster care. Across the region, we connect families to mental health support, after-school programs, and wraparound services. Together, we stand in the gap, building stronger, more connected communities rooted in dignity and compassion where everyone can reach their full potential. A kid who once only followed the play now coaches with confidence. A young adult who once needed shelter now shows up for others in crisis. A family who once struggled to ask for help now helps others find their way. That's the ripple effect of standing in the gap. Not just the difference we make, but the difference they make, carrying forward their strengths and passing them on. And when you stand with us, you're bridging the gap, sending a ripple that carries potential where it's needed most. This is your moment to create a future where everyone can thrive.
The Y is here because we care about the whole person health of everyone in our community. And the truth is, the Y needs the community for our health too. In order for us to keep standing in the gap for young people, for families, for our neighbors across the region, the Y relies on your partnership. Today, on this beautiful day, is your opportunity to step into that story and make a difference. We all have our Y. My Y is to ensure every family has access to quality early learning, regardless of their circumstances. So I ask you, think about your Y and consider this. What will you give up today to give?
These three amazing people that we've honored, I don't want to put words in any of their mouths, but it just occurs to me, Sarah, that Adrienne said, I'm going to build one field, one little field, and now there are almost 50. And Julia said, I'm just going to help a couple of foster kids. And then she just kept doing that for her whole life. And now thousands of people who have gone through the foster care system have much stronger communities and foundations. And Mr. Baldwin, Doug, you're taking care of people and you're spreading love, at least today, and I would imagine every day. So you have these cards. This is my why. This is our why. And I'm going to ask you if you might think about what you are able to do to support, to make a change. And I just want to echo, because it's so amazing. Choose love. Choose love. And we can change the world. I really believe, Mr. Baldwin, I will be on your team anytime. I'm going to ask if you might just hold this up and tell us, yes, this is my why, at some levels here. And if you can do it, we just want to honor and celebrate and cheer for anyone who is able to help and say, this is my why. So, Gloria mentioned that it's a very big anniversary, so I kind of feel like we should start there.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask if anybody could help at $100,000, but I think we should ask for $149,000. Because for 149 years, the why has been here showing up for people.
That's right.
So, is there anyone who might say, this is my why, with a gift of $149,000 in honor of this incredible, amazing organization that's been doing it since before the state of Washington? Is there anybody that wants to do that? And then we'll just cheer a lot for you.
This is your moment.
I mean, listen, and I know you're probably like, Julia, please don't look at me. I'm just going to work hard in the background. But would you do it big right now anyway so that we can all just cheer? Okay. Is there anyone who might do $100,000 and say, there's $100,000 right there? Would you give that person a huge round of applause? Thank you, thank you. Is there anyone else who's thinking that this is their why? Is there anyone who might say, for $50,000, this is my why, I can do it? At $50,000, we would love to cheer for you, and we'll applaud for you just as much, we're pretty sure. Almost as much.
And $50,000 is giving overnight campers an excursion, 3,000 campers to go on Satellite Island on this great Qantas boat. So $50,000, you're sending 3,000 kids to do that.
Is there anyone that might say, this is my why, at $25,000? If you were thinking, I could do it at $25,000, and you put your card in the air, we will applaud. We want the inspiration. We want to applaud for you and know that you're making that commitment. How about $10,000? Is there anyone that would say, yes, there's some people at
there we go, there we
Would
go.
you give all these people
Thank you,
a huge
John
round
Vinn.
of applause? How about 5,000? Is there anybody that might do it at 5,000?
Yes, here we go, here we go.
Can we hear it for all these people? Is there anybody at 2,500? Say, this is my why. All of those, look at these people.
Keep putting them
here
up,
for these
keep putting them
incredible
up.
people.
Yes, over there.
How about at $1,000? If you were thinking, I can do it, this is my why. Can we hear it for
Yes.
these incredible people? How about at $500? This is my why. $250. This is my why.
Keep putting them up.
$100. If you are able to support at any amount, would you hold your card up right now at any amount and give all these people a huge round of applause? You okay? Yes. Now, here's the thing. What you just did was amazing and does not actually give us any money. So, right now, we need you to take out your mobile device and point it at the QR codes that we have conveniently made larger than anything in the room, all over the place. Or, if you would prefer, there are very small similar QR codes on your table. Point your phone at it. It will take you right where you need to be. And whatever you are feeling called to do right now, wherever you held up your card, you can make that contribution, or you can double what you just said you were going to do if you want to. But would you do it right now? Will you okay, and the phone, now I will just tell you, if you flip your phone like this, the website that you're landing on is easier to use. And it's going to ask you to put your postal code.
Don't forget that.
Which in the United States we call a zip code, but it says postal code. That's what it means. And then once you push the button, that means your donation has gone through. When it then says donate afterwards, it's asking if you want to donate again, and that's just fine. But if you do it the first time, it will work. So, Sarah, I know people are now doing this.
Yep.
And while they're going to look at their phones, yes.
I just did it. Took less than 10 seconds.
You did it while I was talking.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
Let's see if it worked. Let's see if it worked.
Do you want to see if it worked? So
Yeah.
if we explain this correctly, then what happens is people's incredible generosity goes into the next thing, which can we see, I think their QR code, we can go, Oh, wow. We are already at $133,000, and all of these people are helping. Sarah, oh my gosh, the names are scrolling by very fast.
It's so fast. People are donating so fast. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, and if you are still working on it, keep going. Okay, so Sarah, all these people are helping at like various levels that mean different things, and then so I think we should cheer for Scott and Nicole and Alicia and Doug and Tamara and Nicole, and that's Doug B is giving $10,000. Whoa, sorry, Doug B. I recognize your name. It might be somebody else. It's probably
Doug and Nancy Boyden. That's 10,000. Anybody else want to give another 10? It felt so good. Another 10 right here. I see a finger. Are you ready to give 10? 2,000?
I already donated.
Okay, he'd already donated. He's at 5,000. Great.
They're giving as well. Would you cheer for all those people over there that are helping us out? And if you're still doing it, that's fine. We are really hoping to raise $225,000. Wait, $250,000. They keep going up. That's good. We are already at 156. Wait, Sarah, who are you talking to? Somebody?
Marsha, how you feeling today?
I am feeling great. I'm giving. Yes.
All right. Double down. If Marsha's giving, you're giving. If you know Marsha, you got to give.
Okay, yes, give Marsha a big round of applause. She's helping us. And I know you were saying, Sarah, that some of these different things like $2,500 can send 2 young people on boys and girls outdoor leadership adventures where they can learn about nature and themselves. Or if you were thinking that you would like to do $100,000 right now and take us all the way, that would help support the build-out of a brand new ropes course at our brand new Camp Kilworth in Federal Way. So if anybody wants to build the ropes course for $100,000, we think that would be a great idea. You can go for it.
$2,500 can help our outdoor education program. And I'm thinking right here, how much are you thinking about?
$2,500.
There we go, $2,500. Thank you, Ricky.
Thank you. And we are already over $177,000. Do you see what is happening? And would you give me and Kelly and Diana and Lisa and Michael and Brenda and Michelle and Carol, can we give all these people whose names are up on the screen a big round of applause? We want to hear it for all these incredible people. We are at 182,000 on our way. We really are hoping to get all the way to 225,000 or even 150 or even 350 if you want to add 100,000.
Josh, if someone gave $5,000 right now to support our programs, what would it help?
On page 12, it says $5,000 can provide 1 year of fitness classes for 50 seniors, helping combat isolation and promoting long-term health.
That's right.
So that's what he's going for.
That's what Josh is going for.
Okay.
We got Donna at 100, Sierra at 25, Vince at 750. No matter the amount, it all matters. Keep it coming.
Yes, and do you see that we are almost to $200,000 in our total raise? We're at 191, and if you already gave once and it went back and it said donate again, and you're now thinking, well, gosh, I would like to donate more, the system will allow you to make multiple credit card transactions. So you can just make one further contribution.
Okay.
Also, if for any reason you are hoping to make a contribution with a donor-advised fund or with cryptocurrency, or you have valuable real estate that you would like to give to the YMCA of Greater Seattle, on your way out, you can stop by and we can take any valuable assets that you would like to donate. You don't have to do it through your phone. So can we hear it one more time for all these? We're over $200,000 raised. Would you give it up for all these amazing, amazing people? Sarah.
We have a minute left. Let's hit that 250. I think we can do it.
I have very high confidence that people are going to continue because we only need about $20,000 more to get to 225. But also, Sarah, we have to welcome one more person to the stage. They can still keep giving.
That's right.
But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. So if you guys just want to click the button a couple more times, by the time we wrap up, we'll be over 250. So just a couple more clicks, put in that credit card. I think we got this.
If everybody just gave like another $500, we would be way over because there's like 700 people here right now.
So talk to your neighbor, quick 500.
Yeah, and then it'll happen. Okay, so
great.
Do you want to, what's happening now? Are you thanking the next people?
Yes, what's happening now is that we are so excited as we continue this celebration, because we're celebrating, right? It's all about love, teamwork to make a dream work. We got this. And so we're excited to welcome up Allison Prince, our chair of the board of directors for the YMCA of Greater Seattle.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you. That was amazing. This afternoon has absolutely shown us the power of what we can all accomplish together. And to celebrate our award recipients one more time, I have a short surprise for you. You're going to look at the screen, and we're going to play a video. Indeed, yes. Thank you to our community changemakers, our hero everyday honorees, and all of you who are supporting the Y's impactful work. And another deep thank you to our partners in today's event, the Ballmer Group, Microsoft, the Schultz Family Foundation, Casey Family Programs, Amazon, and Delta Airlines. Woo! I hope you feel inspired by knowing that when you show up to volunteer or give, it doesn't take much to make a difference and create a ripple of hope. You are part of a bigger movement of small yet powerful actions that create ripples of hope and love radiating outward. And the more of a splash you can make, the bigger the ripple. That video was supposed to have fireworks. There you go. There's my fireworks. So here's the thing. We're going to wrap up today, but before we do, I want to make sure that all of you know we cannot wait to get back together with you all to celebrate the YMCA of Greater Seattle's 150th anniversary with a special evening gala at the Hyatt Regency. So please save the date and get excited for all of us to celebrate together and the amazing impact that we have made over the last 150 years and will continue to make on October 10th, 2026. Thank you so much for joining us today and standing in the gap with us for our community. Have a wonderful afternoon.